Hey guys, Terry with Computer Pro again, doing a quick review on some standing desk stools. As you know, I converted I'm in my house right now. I converted my home desk in my office downstairs to a standing desk height. I raised it up. Sitting all day is extremely bad for me, and I think a lot of people. The one caveat, as you know, I have a jiu-jitsu injury where I blown out my ACL on my knee, so I can't stand for long periods of time without that bothering me. So I started getting into and researching what they call, I guess, perching stools and standing height chairs and standing height stools. And I first wound up with this guy here, which is called an Ergo LeanRite. It's a standing, perching, leaning platform, and basically there's three adjustments on it. One is like this, like a seat, which you can adjust the height, so you can basically treat it almost like a chair that goes up high. The other adjustment, the second one, is you can do like a half tilt thing where you're kind of sitting on it like a sit-stand deal where it's kind of both, and then you can put it flat where you're literally leaning against it. The other thing that they advertise is you can put it this way, put this padded part, raise it high enough in your lower back so you're leaning and it's hitting your lower back. So there's three main adjustments. There's the seat thing here, which either goes flat, second position, or all the way flat. And then there's two adjustments for the height of it. This hydraulic adjustment works this top part here. And then there's a foot pedal, which is kind of a cool design. So while you're standing on it, you can activate it here, and that raises the bottom part. So when you do them both, you can get this thing up pretty high. So the theory is you can lean back against it in your lower back in this case, work on your keyboard, and you're taking some of the weight off from just standing up straight. Okay. The other, see if I can bring it down here, is where you're kind of at a half perching, where you kind of put your butt against it, and you're kind of like this here, you're kind of sitting on it, between sitting and standing, I guess. The problem with this one is it literally feels like I'm gonna slide off it. So it's like I'm using a lot of leg muscle just to keep me from sliding off it. So that's the one downside. I either like it flat, where I'd have to raise a little bit, where I'm just leaning against it, or maybe like this, where you can kind of sit on it a little bit like a perch. The problem with perching stuff though, with the square seat, is that it makes your back kind of curve and round this way. It's not, you're supposed to like tilt your hips and open your pelvis up and keep your back nice and curved, and it seems like these kind of make you get in bad posture. It's really weird. So I've been using it basically as a leaning stool, so just kind of leaning against it, working on my system like this. The problem is, because of my jiu-jitsu injury and the fact that I don't have an ACL, it's like leaning against a wall, and your knees want to kind of lock straight, and you're leaning back, so all your, like, this isn't tilted up, it's flat. So as you lean back, if you exaggerate it, you're almost like leaning like that, and it puts a weird strain on your feet and on your knees. And if you read the directions, what they say is you're supposed to change a lot. Like you lean for maybe 20 minutes, then you change it to a sitting position for 20 minutes, then you do this. And it just, my feet, my knee hurt when I was on this. But it's a very well-made product. It's a very cool product. It's thought out, so it may work for some people. But in my situation, I had to look for something different. Oh, also, it's fairly heavy, but it's on these really nice wheels that are like rollerblade wheels. They feel like they glide effortless, like it's a very, very high quality wheel. So anyway, so that led me to do some further research, and I found this guy. It's the Capisco by Hag. They're, I believe, a Norwegian company, and they have this very unique stool. It's got a saddle seat, as you can see, which kind of makes you sit right. It's hard to explain, but what that does, when you sit on a saddle at a standing height, so I just got this, so I don't even know where all the controls and so forth are, but it keeps you, it's very comfortable too, a lot more than sitting on this guy. But when you're sitting like this, it's hard to explain, but it feels like your hips are proper and opened up. You don't feel like you're curved like that. You feel almost like you're on a motorcycle, right? Like you're just sitting there on a motorcycle like this. It feels very, very, very good. And it's super, super comfy. This here, you can get with a lot of accessories, with a foot ring, all kind of crazy things. And there's a lot of adjustments. So you've got this guy here, which brings this back up and down. You've got the pneumatic height adjustment on this side, which brings the whole thing up and down. And there's like a 10-year warranty on the chair and on the pneumatics on it too. So it goes up extremely high. And then this adjustment here actually slides the seat back closer to the back and forward, okay? And they say with this chair, they purposely gave it these weird arms because if you're doing a task, they don't, just like a true task chair, they don't want them to be in the way, so you can get right up close. But if you need to relax, you can hang back and chill and just relax on it. People sit sideways on them and hang out, and it's a very comfy chair. But the most unique thing is it's made to sit backwards on, which is very, very, very comfy. So you sit backwards, and you can lock it or you can open it so it bounces a little bit, and then you adjust the height, and you can put your elbows on it, and then from here, you're at keyboard height on a standing desk, or you can raise it to make yourself there, and you've got all this support. So I feel like from here all day long, I could sit for hours and do this. So because all my weight, I'm leaning against this literally. So I've got my feet planted on the ground, and I'm leaning forward into the chair. So it's like holding me. I feel suspended basically. It's hard to explain, but it feels like I could sit here and lean against this for hours on end. So it's very, very, very comfortable, very, very cool. It's super mobile. The wheels are just like that. They're, they feel extremely well made and quiet and so forth. It's got these little grippy perching things on it that you can put your feet on too. But yeah, this is a Hag Capisco, it's called. It is very, very cool, kind of crazy and weird, this position here where you're just hanging out, but it feels very, very, very neat. So I'm excited to try this one. I'm 99.9% sure this is gonna be the keeper. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to send this one back. Both of them come with a good, I bought this from Fully.com, FULOY.com. Supposedly across the internet, they're the best place to buy these chairs from. They were great. I called them, they answered a bunch of questions for me. And both of these, this has like I think a 60-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee, maybe even 90, I'm not sure, you have to look it up. And this one I believe is 30. So I am gonna be returning this guy, unfortunately. I don't think it's a bad product, it's a great product. It just doesn't, for me, I think I need to sit, maybe because of my blown out ACL, but I think sitting on something like this is going to be very, very, very cool and very good. So that's my quick review on the Hag Capisco chair and the Ergo LeanRite.